that the earthquakes happen when my mommy gets out.
Oh my god!
Dumb, is that true?
Well, I hate to tell you this, dude.
Tell him that his mom has a secret daddy she doesn't tell anyone about.
Anna!
Okay!
Oh no, you don't! Jared, get over here!
It's out of the way, out of the... Okay, here we go. Whoa! This guy's flopping around. Physics! Okay. Give me your gun. Okay. Actually, you know what? Give me the... Wait. Give me this. Give me this gun. The company carbine. Okay, there we go. Look... buddy, you okay? Look...
Uh-oh.
For trouble?
Who do we lose?
No!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You were lucky.
What happened,
Sensei and
Nick?
me were here with you.
My mouth just didn't get me going.
Your robot.
No, wait! Before you fix it, say the line, Nick, while you're roboting.
Soundwave superior. Autobots inferior.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
Oh, hello! Look at this site here! They're just on top of each other. Oh, you ruined the moment! Dumb brutes! You ruined the moment! Finally! I can't deal with these little monsters anymore. It's just a problem. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! You better have.
Who's this gay figure?
Oh my gosh, Nick! There better be a fucking dinosaur, Uncle Ruckus. I swear to God. That's what happens to the military every day, anime guy. Are you saying if I join the military, I'll become gay?
No, just the Navy.
Oh, right, just the Navy. In the Navy.
You could sail the 7 seas.
In the Navy. They got busy. Let's go! They got busy!
I'm taking the picture.
Ah! That's amazing! That's the new screen! That's great!
So that's what a hybrid looks like.
Doesn't look that. I don't know, seems more dinosaur to me, so.
I know.
Okay.
Getting blocked by Mitchell Musso when I was 15 because I said he had no lips.
What? Repeat? What was that?
Which one?
Something about getting blacked?
Getting blocked by Mitchell Musso when I was 15 because I said he had no lips.
Oh! I thought you said black. Like, what? Yes, with the Oni symbol? I don't know the Oni symbol! I don't know my Halo lore! I don't know what the Oni symbol looks like! I don't know what the Oni symbol looks like! It's on the door?
That's not helping, dude!
I don't know what it looks like! Like, I could be looking at anything and they'd be like, is that it? That looks like there's something on the door. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it looks like!
There are a lot of doors with things on them.
You mean this door here? This door here? It says search right. Who's still left? There's nothing happening, man. Yes? Well, there's nothing happening, though. There's literally no other... Oh, my God. I think I broke the game. Because, like, there's... Who else is still alive? I don't see anyone else still alive, man. Forcefully move Dutch to... I can watch the house? Okay. She's watching Power Rangers! No, can I watch with you, Nanako? Can I watch with you? Oh my gosh, it's Power Rangers! Please, let me watch. Why can't I stay here and watch with you? No! 0 out of 10 game! I can't watch Power Rangers with my little sister! This sucks! I hate this game. I fucking hate this game. I can't watch Power Rangers with her.
They can't get enough of my tongue.
They can't get... God, that...
Am I...
Wait, that just means Ben Franklin literally admitted he's so not only did he invent cunnilingus, but he was so good at it when he first did it that all the women just went, "Keep doing it, Ben." And it's just like, oh.
So that's why he had the nickname Ben Franklick.
It's just the idea of Ben Franklin complaining about how good he is at sex to another father is. The fucking leather. You have the letter up.
Essentially, the way they weasel out of the idea, the whole kill the Justice League thing, is that all the Justice League are just all the Justice League you fight are just clones that Brainiac has made because he.
Oh, they're not even.
So they're not even actually like the actual Justice League.
Oh, they're just clones. Okay. Wow.
Except for Wonder Woman, she actually dies.
Oh.
I find fun.
Okay.
So not only are like the Justice League not actually kill the Justice League. They only kill the one woman.
Huh. How progressive.
Man,
What the fuck is this game?
What did Rocksteady mean by this?
Okay, so why are you fighting Mercury?
Bam. Bam. Oh my gosh! I can hear her out of breath. Oh
no!
This is. Oh no! Oh.
They should give her one of those fucking little mobility scooters to get to enter here.
Oh, as she fucking lost in one. Oh.
Then I'll meet you at the gates after school tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
Did he say he was interested? He's a guy. And I'm a guy, but he's interested in me?
Oh, they're gay! Ooh. Anyways, that's 2.0. I hope you... I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. It's just, there we go. Wham! Bam! I've been watching too much Futurama. Bam! Alright. So, let me just, here, let me just adjust myself real quick. Okay. There we go. Does it still have the same emotions? Yeah, I still got the same emotions. With a new one. So there's there's the normal one, and then ooh, I'm angry. I'm having a bad time with this game, and then oh man, this is a big bummer, dude, and then I don't know what to call this one. I just call this oh. Oh, okay. And then this one's like, woo! Oh! Quick time events, shit! Oh gosh, she's out of breath, please! Oh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, the sound effects too! Oh. Oh, okay, quick time event, okay. Oh no. What's she doing? God, her belly punches. Oh! 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 What? What? What?
Okay, can break.
What is this slapstick cop? Oh my god! What? Oh my gosh!
And the reason I say you could link 4chans is because it's because of 4chan, bronies exist.
What?
Yeah. It's because of 4chan.
4chan created bronies?
They were the first bronies.
The first bronies? Oh my gosh. I don't know how to feel about that, Nick.
Happy birthday, Changus.
Soyper doesn't hold a grudge. He's a real hero. I like Soybird. Yeah, I'm glad. So the anthology episode was the salmon, the tortoise, and the elephant seal.
Salmon.
What do you mean, Sam? What, do you... Just a quick reminder that I do have stream elements. There's a $50 monthly goal. You can tip, donate, etc., whatever you want to call it. You do not have to if you don't want to. Okay, here we go. We should be good now. Actually, I'm gonna just... Oh! Joe! You're here!
Yeah, my body... I try to sleep...
Whoa, I can hear it in your voice, man. Wowzers.
Yeah, I got hit by,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I got hit by, so this week has been awful, for me, because, you wanna know why?
Why?
It snowed! In April! And it's not just any snow, it's snow and rain, so it's not snow, it's slush!
Yeah, ooh.
And it hurt worse, I sleep in the basement.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's no what's
like even when I try to crank it up to max that you know my parents are get upset about because you know it's a lot of money. I still feel cold.
No, I know what you're talking about. My dad, so it's not
and no, right, it's not normal. Usually by this time it's worse. It's just cold.
So okay. So we don't have like a basement or anything like that in where I am. But like the closest thing is my dad. His home office is right on top of our garage. So there's zero insulation. So there's zero insulation. So in the summer it is just a microwave, and then in the winter it's just a freezer. So yeah, I've been walking around in this office before. Yeah, this is probably the best time at the moment for to be in my dad's office at the moment. But once it hits summer, oh man, no, it's terrible because there's no insulation. It doesn't help my dad also is cheap, so he doesn't turn on the AC. So it's Dad, you are literally in a uninsulated death machine of a room. Turn on the AC, and he doesn't. It's I get you want to save money. I know we're not, we're not exactly the type of people who can just, blast the AC on 24/7. But my goodness, at least, I don't know, get a fan or something at least. So.
Yeah, I don't have, and that's partly why I don't have a topic. Another reason is that I needed to focus on getting homework, catching up on homework. Because of.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and the only thing I could discuss is just a first impressions of Unicorn Overlord, which I highly recommend.
Unicorn Overlord?
You know what you could do, Changus? So your main character is a disposed leader of a country.
Oh, it's a video
game. And that main character, yeah, Unicorn Overlord. And he has a cousin character. Who's a chick. And a major plot point, I end up spoiling that you pick you get you get the Ring of the Unicorn, and then you get this special maiden title. So the game kind of railroads a maiden, but you can pick any of the chicks.
Oh, so you could go the incest route.
Exactly. You can go the historically accurate route.
Incest route. Ooh.
Also, there's wolf people and bird people, so all you furries are happy.
Oh. Alright. But it's on the Switch. I don't have a Switch though, so.
The Switch is the easiest console to buy, especially with the rumors of a Switch 2 coming out. Oh yeah, well,
you can get Switch 2.
Well, yeah. Well,
to be fair, I think Nintendo exhausted all their ideas. I think this is probably the pinnacle, and there's nothing really to do more but just make a second
never
Switch.
underestimate Nintendo. If
What if-
Nintendo decided, hey, let's just do something stupid again.
What is it?
To be fair, I mean that's fair, but to be fair, there's like
What if Nintendo just?
they have married the Wii and the DS. This is the pinnacle
What if
of
Nintendo
what what they want.
I'm just wondering, what if Nintendo decides to just go full circle and they just end up the next, like, their future console just ends up being just
Game Boy 2.
Yeah, essentially just a Game Boy. It's like, this is just a Game Boy, Nintendo. Congratulations. It's like, oh, okay.
Look, Nintendo, I think, well, that is kind of the appeal of the Switch. It's a handheld that you can dock onto to make like a console.
Right.
And so people just assume like a Switch 2, mainly because we had rumors of like a more improved Switch for a while, and then I think most people are just assuming that Nintendo would want to capitalize on their massive success on the Switch by just making a Switch that is more powerful to be like the comparable to like a PS4 and Xbox One.
Ah. Yeah, I see.
Like they're not like the consoles you get for like the best graphics.
Mm-hmm.
You get it for the Nintendo games, and it's cheap.
I'm sorry, there was another Spy Kids movie last year? Robert Rodriguez...
What?
Robert Rodriguez made another Spy Kids movie last year. Spy Kids Armageddon. Wow. Oh, and it's on Netflix too. Okay. Wow. Robert Rodriguez is fascinating because like every Sin City or like Kill Bill, he'll release like two more Spy Kids movies.
I saw the fourth one in theaters.
You did? What was it like? What was it even like?
They gave us these little things called 4D vision, which is they give you these little packets that that I think you would scratch off, and that you would smell them for any of the nasal based humor.
Wow.
Like farts.
Oh, wow.
I'm reading a synopsis right now. There's literally a criminal named...
You there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
we heard.
I don't know. Damn, he's still having issues with Discord. Wow. Hello? Asterisk?
Okay.
Oh.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, yes.
What I cut off?
No, we cringed. We cringed when you said about the nasal bass humor.
Man, Discord's still giving you problems though. What the hell? Did you like update it or something? Like, did that not help at all? Alright. But I'm reading the synopsis of that for Spy Kids movie. There's literally a villain they have to fight called TikTok. I wonder what that is, supposed to, be about. Ooh, get it? Because, it's the kids, the tick and the talk. Ooh.
It was made it was made like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's meant to reference the clock. Because, and then, like, isn't it the mom, Susan Storm from the live-action Fantastic Four films, the first one?
Wow.
Listen, man, I do not fucking remember shit for that movie.
Wow. Hey, is that TikTok ban gonna actually happen or what?
It's a bureaucracy. It's went through. It's just probably going to take a while to actually, get through.
I'm honestly just wondering how they're gonna even enforce that. Like, it was like, oh, are they gonna like send like an FBI agent to your home? Like, oh, we saw you log into
They're
your
probably gonna
TikTok
send an
account.
FBI agent to like Google and Apple and Facebook, and
It's
they're
like,
gonna be like, "Hey, Mr. Zuckerberg, we hear you have your the TikToks on your app. Get the fuck out of it. Get the fuck. You should remove it at once, or we shall bomb your property."
Do you want us to expose and arrest you all for all the crap that goes on Google? We know. The government always knows.
the government. Oh.
But yeah, speaking of Jessica Alba, I watched Sin City.
Nice.
How was it?
It was fun. It is a very Frank Miller.
I was saying how to.
Without
I made a post about this on in movies.
Yeah.
But I was like, if someone pointed to me and said like, all right, this is based off, all right, okay, a comic book writer wrote this, and I'll be like, it's Frank Miller, isn't it?
Like, one of your questions is just, what is it with Frank Miller and prostitutes?
They're fucking everywhere in his works. He has these bunch of fucking themes that he just keeps going back to, and it is like prostitutes.
Wow.
Look, it's a
nuns, little girls.
Little girls. Wait, what?
Just a bunch of different stuff. That's some stuff that comes to mind. But I haven't read much Frank Miller in a while.
Wait, all right. What's this about little girls, though? What is it? I don't know. The only thing like Frank Miller I've ever. Oh, he left again. Oh no. You back?
All right.
Is it
back?
Is it Discord on like your computer or your phone that's having issues?
Your phone.
Ah, okay. Yeah, the Discord or mobile app kind of sucks, so.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, so. But I was saying, like, the only, like, really Frank Miller thing I've, like, ever seen, like, probably 300. There was also the, what was it, the Dark Knight Return movies. Those were fun.
It's a bit that's a bit closer to Sin City.
Yes, the Dark Knight Returns, aka when comics started to go crap.
Oh, you don't like the Dark Knight Returns?
It's like Watchmen. It's a good story. It's just
okay.
Like, okay, so if you're like a casual reviewer who read at all comics, you probably read Watchmen and you probably read The Dark Knight Returns because they're always recommended as like top tier comics, and like I am not saying that they're bad, but the impact they have on comic books is there's such lightning in the bottles, and people keep on thinking that in order to make comics more adult, like more appealing to adult oriented, we need to act like those comics. Like you wouldn't have the boys. You wouldn't have the boys without those two comics.
Garth Ennis is like it's like Frank Miller, but like the evil version of Frank Miller who's taken way too much drugs. Even more so than Frank Miller.
Garth Ennis is more unhinged Frank Miller. Frank Miller is already unhinged. Holy terror.
I feel like Frank Miller, you speak to the guy, and he'd probably be pretty normal. and it's just only in his works where you're like, holy fuck, Frank, what the fuck? And then you go to Garth Ennis, and you would be like, oh, okay. I don't really want to. I'm leaving this room.
Yeah, like Frank Miller, like his Daredevil run, and everything you like about Daredevil is from Frank Miller.
Oh, okay.
Because
Frank Miller is he did Born Again. He did the Electra stuff, Bullseye, like all the big, he reinvented Daredevil, and it just smashed.
Yeah, Daredevil Under Stan Lee is not, as far as I know, it's not bad, but it's very different.
Okay.
And like Frank Miller did to Daredevil what Chris Claremont did with the X-Men. They basically took that concept and uber refined it and to make the definitive like run. Like if you are a Daredevil fan, I'm pretty sure you have read a Frank Miller era.
I have indeed. Like I have indeed read Frank Miller.
Yeah, I did too. I actually did too. My dad actually has some Frank Miller comics.
My dad has almost all of Born Again.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And I inherited it.
Nice.
The era Daredevil is that my dad has is around the time when Frank Miller brought Elektra back.
And then he killed her.
Before.
Is that good or bad?
No. After she got stabbed by Bullseye.
Oh, after she. Okay. She was.
Yeah.
I thought he was the guy that killed her.
Bullseye did kill Elektra.
Oh.
But
yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah,
I thought that was Frank Miller writing it.
Yeah, Frank Miller brought her back.
Huh.
No, I thought he killed her.
No, yeah, he killed her and then brought her back.
Okay. So he did both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my clarification. I also, the other topic, I was thinking of superheroes. The other topic I would have done is Braveheart. Because it's done.
Yeah.
And some of my theories from early on are proven to be true. I kind of guessed it in order to make it consistent.
Those are some gay robots.
Yeah, like the biggest one was that I figured that Lewis, like I'm just gonna spoil it, but I figured that Lewis somehow is gonna become Braveheart and go back in time because that's the only logical explanation to be like internal consistency.
Oh, that's the mecha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it makes perfect sense. It makes it even more. It makes it funnier.
No, I saw that on Twitter. There's just a scene where they're just straight up starting to strip, like about to do it, like, damn, you about to get rammed behind by a robot? I mean, hey, love is love, I suppose, but like, dang.
I remember watching Sin City, and then they got to this shot, and it looks like one of those fucking a Ferengi from Star Trek. I was like, what the fuck is that?
I wonder how much. Have you seen people's reaction on Twitter about the show, Changus?
What, Braveheart?
Yeah.
Well, everything I've seen, people love it.
Yeah. Okay. Because I could definitely see that people say, "Oh, they're black." The guy influenced by Black Rock, or
all right.
Because it's homosexual themes.
There's,
you know what?
The Japanese, they occasionally delve into homosexuality themselves, just without any ESG. It's been happening for a long time. You find that time it happens.
I do gotta say, at least this time, no one will be arguing about whether someone's gay or not in the anime. Now it's like, nah, it's it's pretty explicit. They were about to ready to get it on too. So like, you can't complain about it not, you know, like, oh no, you can't. They're not actually gay. You're just reading too deep into it. Like, nah, it's pretty explicit this time. They're
like, you know, there's two different there's ESG gay, and then there's just not that gay. And I'm like, you know, I don't particularly care for gayness, but you know,
Hey,
if it's a good story, it's a good story.
yeah.
Like, I will see it in full context. It could be that it's like, yeah, it could be like the Achilles and a Patroclus relationship.
Patroclus.
Yeah. It could be such a deep friendship, but that people could say, yeah, they're gay. It's super weird. So
like you know, okay, they're like in bed together. And you know, they're like you can see them. They're shirtless. They're in bed together. Have not had sex once. Not at all.
Right.
That type of gay.
Yeah, that type. Yeah, it could be that type of gay. It's where you could make an argument that they're gay,
like
and reasonable.
Almost. It's like that Stan Smith meme where he's looking at the what was it, the dial, and it's orange, but it's not that. It's almost red. It's almost gonna spread, but if it just would touch more, it'd be red. But it's still in that orange, and it's like.
I don't know. From what I saw, it's pretty explicit. So,
look,
I doubt it's.
Okay,
I'm
you
talking
know
about
what
the Achilles stuff.
final
But
wish was?
what?
He wished when he died was to have his ashes mixed with Patroclus's ashes.
Okay. That's a very deep friendship right there.
Yeah. It could be that situation.
Like I think
where
it could have
easily go either way.
Yeah, it's like right on the line. Like deep friendship.
It's
intimate. Which is intimacy.
Like, there's a reason why we have a scholarly debate about gay relationship. Like, even like Enkidu and Gilgamesh. Apparently in the original translation had a lot of homoerotic themes. Like, a lot.
Bender, you are Earth's greatest
Richard
hero.
Richard Lionheart shared a bed with Philip of France.
Huh.
Yeah, they hated each other.
Oh no, it was like a ceremonial thing to like show that like it is explicitly not sexual. It's like, all right, we're gonna be close enough to share a bed and not kill each other. There's some of the peace thing.
Did they do bundling?
I doubt it, but like people like our the thing is that the air conditioning really changed our ideas of privacy.
Huh.
Yeah. Because back then, like, okay, it's really, really cold, and we're not in like a 40 year, like a few hundred years out from getting the heater. All right, the whole family's packing in this bed. Body heat. We need that. The layers aren't just enough. And that's the actual thing that they would do. Like most societies would use like the whole family would be in the bed. Privacy is. I mean, I had it sometimes, but most often, not very.
Okay.
Like they would have sex. Like the dad could be sipping the newspaper, and then he looks and then he can look over the roof into like the one room house that they would have, and then the son would just be banging the wife, the daughter-in-law.
Wow.
Right, and he just goes back to like sipping on his thing. Like that's actually happened. Like that would actually happen like medieval society.
Wow.
And early modern society, like up till.
Huh.
You ever see that oversimplified bit?
No.
The French Revolution.
No, I haven't seen their French Revolution video.
Okay. Shit. Okay, but there's a scene where Okay, but like even that like there's a scene where Louis married Marie Antoinette, and then they have the whole court just watching them just get on with it, have sex, and that's be part of the ceremony that they literally have sex in front of everybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Times change.
Yeah, and like bundling. So what bundling is that it's part of a ceremony between like man and woman.
Okay.
But they get engaged. The Puritans did this a lot. And
oh, excuse me.
they essentially imagine two sleeping bags,
All right.
like tied together, walls in the middle. So they can't make any contact, but it's also at the mouth to be super tight.
Huh.
So the idea is that you put the couple, the new, like the engaged couple, to I think was to prove like how compatible they were in bed. Like not that the sexual compatibility, but just like in general bed together.
Okay.
They put the couple in, and then they close it on tight so they can't get out of the bags.
Huh. That sounds
So
like a
you better
nightmare.
not have eaten anything before you go to bed.
That sounds like a nightmare. Okay.
So you and the person you love are basically tied up together in a bag
Wow.
all night.
If it were the Romans, they would add in a few animals.
Oh.
Well, that was to kill you.
That it's a joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Wow.
Romans had a The Romans had a punishment where they would sew you into a bag and then sew animals into that bag and it just drop you in a river or something and watch you just like die slowly with a bag full of like animals.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
and I think they
hardcore.
purposely starved them too.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, well, it was a punishment reserved specifically for if you killed your father.
Huh.
Patricide.
Oh.
To be fair, probably deserved it.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie. That's a fucked up.
And your mother, I think your mother counts as well. Because essentially it's symbolic where you die, you get born out of the womb. So you die in a womb.
To be fair, killing your father or mother is really fucked up.
Well, yeah.
So, probably deserved it.
Yeah, most likely. So, okay. Wow. I can't believe this all spawned just because I said those were some cave robots. I said cave robots and all of a sudden we're talking about patricide. We're good start. We're going places. Let's go.
Man, put me and a Jaro in a room and figure out how long it'll take for us to talk history.
Yeah, come on. You're talking to two guys who love history. It's
Yeah, but
history and comics.
It should be three guys loving history.
Oh yeah, check it. You need to love history.
Well, I casually like history.
This ew. Ew.
Oh,
Casuals.
excuse me.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually think people legitimately should really
like get really...
know their history if they are living and breathing.
Well, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I know some history. It's like, well, I'm just saying, like, there's some.
You plebeian.
Well, there's just some history stuff that, like, I don't know. Some of it's just not really something that interests me. Like, I don't know. It kind of just depends on like.
No, and I will correct you on this. It is how it's delivered.
All right.
You can make it. All of history is interesting. It's just how you deliver it.
Yeah, like you could really explore history through economics, pure numbers, and you'll find some fascinating.
That's fucking
stuff.
boring.
That sounds.
Oh yes, no. But here's the thing: but it's because the numbers in itself in history kind of reveals a story in itself.
Yeah.
It's tedious to go over, right? It's not that. But if you have like a historian who's also like a economic, like an economist, talking about focusing on like the economic situation, how it affected the times in, let's just say, the Great Depression, right?
Okay.
Like what caused it, what
Roman social. I could probably talk more about that. Roman. Goodness. I suck.
All right.
I don't. Okay, the Great Depression.
Yeah. But like the idea is that like even the most boring of subjects, like you can find a fascinating story. It kind of exposes a fascinating element of history of itself, of that time period.
Okay.
Like, that's why you have like people who specialize in specific fields or specific time periods. Where it's like, yeah, I'm comfortable. Like baby's first history in the ancient world, Rome.
Roma Invicta. Carthago de Lata Est.
He's
What?
speaking Latin.
Oh
It's
my-
Latin.
No one speaks Latin anymore, though.
Well, actually, here's a fascinating thing. Because the reason why nobody speaks Latin is because Latin. They actually spoke Latin until the 1900s.
Okay, well, what happened after the 1900s?
Because the viewpoint was that Latin at that point was an academic language. So back in the medieval people period, you were not considered literate if you could not speak or read Latin. And because Latin was you have access to the classics.
It's you know Galileo.
Yeah.
You know the reason he got on trial. Half of part of the reason he got on trial was because he didn't use Latin. Because the Pope was like, this man is saying shit that is gonna rile the fucking populace. In fucking Italian, you speak Latin, you dumb whore. Off to
that's kind of
you're getting
that's kind of funny.
what's it called? Home.
That's
house arrest.
House arrest for life.
That's actually kind of funny though. So,
yeah. So the main reason they just stopped doing Latin at some point because they felt like it was an unnecessary this is like late 1800s, early 1900s.
Oh.
So like times of progression. So they kind of wanted to challenge tradition. So one of the traditions was that why do we have a language specifically for academics, especially a dead language?
You fucking people ruin everything for these fucking bastards.
Okay.
No fun.
I mean, that's kind of funny though about Galileo.
No.
What you're telling me is like, look, Galileo, it's like we're not mad that you're teaching and telling people that the sun's the center of the universe. We're mad you're saying it in Italian, you bastard. Do it in Latin.
That's part of it. It was part of it.
That's part of it.
Probably more an excuse because the Pope. Because, well, first off, the fact that Galileo was saying that the Earth revolved around the sun. No, that was fine. Like
he was
technically he wasn't. Technically he wasn't. Wait. Technically, not really. Kind of. Technically, he was only allowed to say it in hypotheticals, but he was allowed to say it.
Oh.
But he made a what would you call it? A dialogue.
Oh.
Where you have two characters and they're supposed to represent two sides of the argument and they talk about stuff. And he called the guy who was making the arguments for the sun revolving Earth simpleton. Simplicio. It's like this moron, idiot, something like that.
That's funny. It's like so, I think the Earth revolves around. I think the sun revolves around the Earth. Okay, dumbass. That's
he also
kind of
portrayed
funny.
him very negatively.
Oh.
And the Pope, the current Pope, not this is presented not only this, but this is presented but to the Pope by a guy who did not like Galileo.
Ah.
And the Pope also the Pope was looking at this and was like, I fucking fought for you to get you off the hook the first time. And then you come out with this. Inquisition, get this fucking man. Put him under house arrest.
Okay. That's actually pretty funny. That's like an actual sounds like an actual like Family Guy skit. There, it's like I just like this Family Guy jokes like oh hey it was like Brian tried to borrow a ring from like a jewelry store to pretend to be like super rich so he could go hook up with some chick, but then he was gonna return it afterwards because he can't afford to actually pay for the ring. And then what happened was Chris accidentally ate the ring, long story. And then so they were trying to get the ring out of Chris, and then eventually he just shat it out. It's like, oh hey, girl, here's the ring. So you wanna go on a date now? Brian, I'm not mad that I got diarrhea all over me. I'm mad that you lied to me. It's like sounds like a Family Guy skit. It's like, Galileo, I'm not mad that you're teaching people blasphemy. I'm mad that you're doing it in Italian. Speak Latin, you dumbass. It sounds like a Family Guy skit. So
yeah.
Simplissimo.
Oh, alright. Anyways.
Alright, so want to talk about cars?
Oh, were you saying, Magic?
I still fucking find it funny that Galileo just straight up called him a simpleton.
You simpleton.
Galileo's people portray him as a stoic martyr, and he was kind of
He wasn't.
he was not.
He was an
He was
Italian.
not at all.
Okay, I'm sorry, but he was the stereotypical Italian.
You're breaking it.
During a period where everyone is stereotypical Italians. How do I know? Because they never were unified after the Roman Empire fell. And
They
why?
all wore-
Because they hate each other.
You also know about Galileo. He used Dante's. He was very much Christian. So Christian, in fact, that get this. He used Dante's Inferno to measure the distance of hell.
Nerd. He
literally did that.
He sounds like an autist. I bet he is on the spectrum.
I will now find exact measurements of hell with.
He feels like when reading this, he would be like great as kind of like a CEO sales. He feels like he'd be a salesman in another life. Like he's like.
How do you measure?
How
do you measure something via a poem?
Galileo was just such a character.
How do you measure something with a poem?
He was like, okay, so I forget the actual, but he used measurements from like, okay, so this guy was like 10 people high.
10 people.
This giant in the book was like 10 people high. This takes from this, and then Dante made like like a few hundred paces that way, so he could like use the giant to measure Dante and blah blah blah.
Wow.
There was a giant's head in there. I remember.
That actually sounds like actual legit autism right there.
Yeah, let's be honest. He can be on.
Wow.
He does not feel like. He feels like. What would be words? Feels kind of up his own ass.
Galileo?
So much like Detroit. He's the Detroit of the Renaissance scientists.
What are you talking about? Detroit's a shithole. It's never gonna
Yeah,
improve.
but it's also known
Detroit
as
knows
Motor
it.
City.
No, he'd be in New York. New York's up his own ass. Detroit is just fucking depressed.
Detroit's just
about their fallen empire.
It's never gonna recover.
Well, look, back in its heyday, it was known as Motor City, and it was up in its own butt.
Yeah, but now it's Detroit as we know it. All right.
Yeah.
You know, Detroit and the it's a post-apocalyptic television show, like something like that. Because apparently we never see it, but everywhere outside of Detroit is just a fucking wasteland.
Wow. How the hell?
I doubt it because it feels like they were setting because in the final 2 episodes, and I know in the the second season they would be setting up for season 2 that they were probably going to go out into that wastelands and probably find like shit there, but
wow.
You know, and the people of Motor City believe that they're like the last survivors in the apocalypse, and everything else outside is just a wasteland.
Wow. That's how you know this is a work of fiction.
Man, everything outside must really be bad if Detroit's the last place people want to live in.
No, well, it was so awful that they built an entire new city.
Yes, true.
Freaking new and white. White everywhere.
Wow.
Look,
Looks like
I have not seen the show. I saw like a video on it, but yeah. The art style looks so cool though.
It is so good.
Like,
let me tell you that.
It has like
This is a guy who did
Me
Megas,
trying to
right?
describe it is like, it is a super shell shaded on top of Flash.
The guy who made this was behind Megas, right?
Megas XLR.
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay, that makes sense. He really loves cars.
Who doesn't love cars? Cars are cool.
They're fine.
So what I remember watching a video before this, and they did they did use multiple versions of animation and cohesion.
Oh, okay.
But the animation is just so fun and so lively. Like you don't get shit like this these days.
Okay.
Because it costs money.
Yeah, there's that.
There's also a feeling like these days, like people who do put the money into it just
No.
don't do it with it. Don't do it that well.
True, but also no.
Like
I know why the show didn't do well. This was put on Disney XD.
Yeah.
That's a death sentence for a show.
Like it did end in a satisfying way, but it did feel like the I felt like the end of a first season, where you're like, okay, this is in the book one, this is like the A New Hope. Things have ended, but there's the door's open. The door's open for if the future happened, and the future did not happen.
Okay.
So, it's the ending of the New Hope. You basically something you get the feeling akin to that, where it's like, all right, the first it stands on its own. So you don't be afraid to go with this if you're worried about sequel bait, like
okay.
a lot of shows do.
Especially that era. That era was very much
one season wonders, hoping to get a second season, so they leave it on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it was like Wolverine and the X-Men was pretty bad.
Was that also Disney XD?
No, it was the Hub and then Nickelodeon.
I see.
See here, looking up this motor.
Avengers vs. Mightiest Heroes clearly had a third season in mind, but it ended decently.
I like
The only unresolved plotline was the Asgard stuff with Surtur.
Okay. And then they brought in that other show for like brands.
Because the films came out.
Yeah, it's the same Transformers doing it also at the time. It's called brand synergy. Which is dumb. I don't like brand synergy. It's stupid. It's like, oh, it's brand synergy, guys. So whenever you turn on the TV or you go to the movies or open a comic book, it's like the exact same character. Whoa.
Yeah, they could have easily done brand synergy of just shake up the lineup through the story to be more in line with the films, but
no, that's not brand. It was sponsored.
No, they had to look 100%.
Because
like the film.
Because that was what's popular. It's like, oh, the MCU's like okay, when was that?
I'm getting like today. I feel like I have so much more respect for stuff that just decide to know when to end it / know when to keep things as standalone.
Yeah, after a while, I've been like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you need to be more of a standalone season. There's a reason why I kind of highly put manga when you have a standalone issue feeling on the first chapter. Because it does help in its long-term legacy in case it doesn't get picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's long-term success for short. It's long-term. It's thinking in the long term. You might. I don't think anybody has it leaving on a season really, leaving on a cliffhanger really helped anybody. Like let's think on this. Has any season has any season of television leaving things on a cliffhanger really helped them even in a short term? Where's the executive thinking? Look at, oh man, they left things on a cliffhanger. Ooh, I better pick that up next season then.
I would say I can't think of an example.
Maybe Beast Wars, because Mainframe in a lot of their shows was infamous for like cliffhanger endings. So like all the Transformers Beast Wars seasons except the third season ended on a cliffhanger.
Well, the question is that did it increase viewership or retain the exact amount from the season transition?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Because that's like for me the standing point of like the issue that is the main argument you want for a cliffhanger is to entice people to go watch the next episode or the next season. But if it didn't really like increase or retain exact numbers, and in fact, if you actually lost people, then the cliffhanger was the issue. I'm sorry, but it's like cliffhanger endings of like seasons especially are a really dumb idea. Like Avengers vs. Mightiest Heroes. Season 1 ended on a cliffhanger with Captain America getting taken out by a Skrull. Just imagine if that season ended right there.
Just the amount of fuckery. That's just so disappointing. Like I know I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know plenty of shows. Oh, Daredevil season 3.
Oh, it ended on a cliffhanger?
Just about all of it was nice. All the plot lines have been, tied up in a nice knot right at the end, and then they come out with like a cliffhanger after credits scene, and you're like, oh, damn it! You just this close to perfection.
You ruined it, and I'm leaving.
Oh, okay.
I know. I'd still go to back, but it's like, I could have done without this.
Okay.
But I feel like a cliffhanger is just such the grandest amount of either confidence or cope.
But Motor City didn't end on a cliffhanger?
No, it did not.
All right.
You can tell. You can kind of tell what they were. The ideas for season 2 were. That they were gonna start going outside of Detroit, then visiting like the wasteland in Michigan.
Michigan.
Because they did name drop Michigan. They did name drop Michigan. In the they're like, oh, this. I don't want to spoil much for the plot, but like, they had a guy who they thought was from Michigan, but turned out not to be.
Oh, okay.
They're like, oh, we didn't think anybody was alive from Michigan. He wasn't from Michigan. He was still from Detroit. But it was like, okay, I get where you're going for. I get where you're kind of wanting to lead us into next season. And I do know of that the main character Mike in season 2, it would be revealed that that he had a sister in the Wastelands.
Oh.
Who would, probably like
a Mad Max sort of
Mad
thing.
Maxing it up or something, but yeah. But it's like ain't that we know that, and it's sad that they'll never happen, but I do respect for them. I do have major respect for no cliffhangers. So it's like Edna, no capes, no cliffhangers. It's cringe.
Okay, so what is the show about?
So in Detroit is this. They had sort of the apocalypse or something. I don't really know. They never explain it. And now you got 2 Detroits, one literally on top of the other. Old Detroit has been turned into a place. The new Detroit is called Detroit Deluxe. A guy called Abraham Kane has built this giant, what looks like a office building city. Like it doesn't look like an office building from the outside. It looks like the inside of an office building, which is even sadder.
Man, Kane is so uncreative in terms of names and architecture.
And over time, he took away all their freedoms. And without them, and nobody really noticed because he did it slowly. He is a all-powerful dictator who has a corporate control over
bureaucracy. No.
Yeah, they never explicitly said it, but there probably is a giant bureaucracy.
Let's be honest. How do you take away freedoms? You make it into a bureaucratic issue.
I fucking hate bureaucracy.
Yeah, bureaucracy's stupid. So.
I get it. You need it in order for stuff to function properly.
I'd rather not have it function properly and then have to deal with fucking bureaucracy. I'd rather my stuff be shit than have to deal with a fucking bureaucrat. And this is a man who works for bureaucracy too, so I would know.
So there's 2 Detroits. One's like bureaucrat Detroit.
And then what?
You said
wait, what Detroit?
Bureaucrat. That's what you said, right? It's like a bureaucracy.
Detroit Deluxe.
Detroit Deluxe.
Oh, I thought you said Democrat, not bureaucrat.
What did you?
I was like Democrat Detroit. I mean that
yeah,
kind of, but not what I'm going. I was like, you said bureaucrat, and I heard Democrat. I mistake the B for the D.
There's a Democrat Detroit, and below them is Republican Detroit.
Isn't the below Detroit the slums that is full of people who actually like freedom?
Yeah. Detroit down low. Detroit is like. It does look like it looks like a giant citywide motor park. Very. And then people It's like the What would be the word? I can't think of the word out.
What are you trying to describe?
The apocalypse happens and now you have this weird junkie city.
Okay.
Escape from New York kind of thing.
Okay. Okay.
So modern New York.
Hey, come on, don't be too mean into New York.
Come
It's
on.
not their
Come on,
fault.
people can leave Detroit. People can leave New York if they really wanted to.
You can leave Detroit if you want to.
Look, at
Well,
least
it's-
Detroit
it's-
actually keeps the criminals in the jails.
That is fair.
Mm. So
We're gonna have to hire Snake Plissken to get to get Serena out of New York. Escape from New York Real Edition.
Escape to real
Escape
attention.
from Harlem.
Alright.
I mean, that's in Manhattan. Or is it the Bronx that's in Manhattan?
Where is Spider-Man? Where is the Spider-Man when you need him?
We need Spider-Man to come beat down our crooks. Literally, I mean, he'd be better than
The Punisher is just taking a break from New York. It's like, yeah, I'm not.
Did you guys see the new pictures of the Punisher? They got the fucking cops with the skull stuff on their chest, and I'm like, no, I don't. I want this to be good. And
Wait, for what?
I don't think it's gonna be good.
What, like the?
They're
for
gonna
the
have
new
like
Daredevil show?
they're gonna have they're in the Daredevil show. They're gonna have like cops using the Punisher skull logo, and they're probably gonna make like a fucking statement on like stuff like that. And I'm like,
No, that's.
I hope this is like this is like the Batman, where everything turns out to be really great. But I don't have that confidence in this show.
Nah, that's.
I hear Andor's good. You know, maybe it's like Andor, where it's like the one good Disney Marvel thing. There's like
one good Disney.
probably not though.
Well, at least X-Men '97 is decent.
Ah, shit, that's the only one good thing. Shit.
You know what's sad?
We had our one.
Is
We had our one, and now it's fucked.
Anyway, back to Motor City. So, who are our cast of characters here? So we got.
Okay, we got our villain Abraham Kane.
Abraham
A
Kane.
balding guy with a mohawk.
All right.
That is voiced by Mark Hamill. You know. The villain, voiced by Mark Hamill.
So Ozai. He's just Ozai 2.0.
Hey. He's not like Ozai. He's a lot. He's very. It's like Mark Hamill voicing the villain, and it's just like the Buzz Lightyear, and like the packaging, and like just like zooms out, and it's like a whole wall of Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, it's just a whole wall of Buzz Lightyears. Wow. Okay.
And it goes. I feel like it'd be go like to and then over on the other side of the wall, it's like a Buzz Lightyear giant standee that covers the whole wall. It's like Mark Hamill playing the villain, playing the hero, and it's just that's Luke Skywalker.
It's just Luke Skywalker.
The man spent his entire rest of his career compensating for the fact that he played Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
So what exactly is like evil Mark Hamill's like plan? Does he want to like?
He wants to take over Motor City to turn it into another Detroit Deluxe. So he sends armies of robot drones down there and like corporate stormtroopers. And so down below, you got your cast of team, a gang called the Burners, led by former Kaneko stormtrooper Mike Chilton. I just find it funny how they have the main character has just such a regular sounding name as Chilton.
Got a question. Why does
He just sounds so pedestrian.
Yeah, I got a question about the main bad guy's plan. Why not just take away the gas?
They never say it. They never state that. Oh, the gas? Oh, they use like weird sci-fi tech.
Okay.
It's not gas. It's future fuel.
I assume there's like some kind of mini nuclear reactor where they just pour a little bit of water into it, and like the hydrogen and the oxygen they smash together and like instant fuel, super fuel.
Alright.
So they go racing. So they go racing around, and they They have these really cool cars. Each of them is named after an animal. Nine Tails. I forget, Bronco maybe, and then I forget the last one. But they got cars named after animals, and they're pretty cool. And they got the burners. So we got Mike Hilton.
Guy in the center.
Sounds like such the most guy in the center, brown hair, tall.
I'm assuming he's the one who's driving the Ben looking vehicle.
Yeah, the green one. He has his co-pilot who rarely actually drives. Chuck. These guys all have very normal sounding names.
Okay, so Chuck is which background?
The blonde one.
Okay.
Kind of see your motors. Same as.
I honestly find it is kind of funny too. Yeah, some of these names are just so like normal. It's like, ooh, my name's. What's your name? I don't know.
Legendary hero of Motor City, Michael Chilton.
Is that it?
He sounds like an Office character.
It kind of does. Whoa, Michael Scott became a driver? Dang.
We got Charles Ryans.
Charles Ryans. Chuck. Yeah.
He's blonde, kind of a scaredy cat. Screams a lot, like a little.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like remember Fantastic Four World's Greatest Heroes, Johnny Storm. His screams kind of screams like a girl. That's Chuck.
Oh, okay.
He's sort of the tech. He's the tech guy, not the engineer, but the tech guy, kind of computer stuff like that. Sort of the scientist, I guess. And he acts as the co-pilot. Very smart, into LARPing, kind of nerdy. Kind of watch as he goes along. He gets his character arc to sort of getting a spot, sort of a more of a thicker skin. We got Julianne Kane, or Julie, who is the chick, the redhead, voiced by Velma.
Okay. Which
one?
Well,
so I was watching a show and I was like, why is Velma's voice coming out of Daphne? But she is the double agent to Kane, as she works as a Kane Co. Intern. But secretly to most of Kane Co., she is also Abraham Kane's daughter. So she's super secretive. You got David Gordy.
I'm assuming
Yes.
Michael and what's her name again? Cassandra?
No, they don't. Julie. They don't have a
Julie.
relationship.
Oh, okay.
They don't meet. I don't think they actually meet until after the burners.
Oh. Okay.
But
Hmm.
I feel like they're gonna go. If they get another season, they would have gone that way. Kind of get that feeling.
Hmm.
But you got David Gordy.
David Gordy.
I'm
Or
assuming-
Dutch.
Okay. With that name, is he the black guy?
The black guy.
David
No,
Gordy.
with a name like David Gordy, it's like
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry.
Voiced
Top of my
by
head-
he's voiced by Kel from Kenan and Kel.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You were saying Ninjato? Sorry.
Well, so I was just saying like David Gordy, like top of my head, it's like, oh, okay, that's a black character's name.
Yeah. But he's also called Dutch.
Dutch.
I actually didn't know most of their full names until I looked up the Wikipedia in preparation
Hmm.
just a few minutes ago before we start this conversation. But
Hmm.
he's the sort of artistic engineer character.
Hmm.
So he's like Wheeljack.
I only watched animated.
Oh,
Wheeljack was not there.
He's a background character.
This sort of passionate, sort of engineer character. His parents were he was formerly from King. He was formerly from not as a stormtrooper, but like he was formerly just a regular citizen at Kanko, but it restricted his artistic side, so he decided to leave to go to Border City.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got Tyler Hill.
Tyler Hill.
Tyler. Name's Tyler. Or Texas.
Tyler Hill. Honestly, actually, Tyler Hill, that does sound like a guy who would wear a beanie.
This is like something like
Beanie?
almost like
Yeah, that looks like a beanie. Or is that a cap?
I think it's supposed to be a cap.
Cap.
Okay.
But he's Texas is sort of gung ho, very he's a guy that would make sort of karate motions while going and be like, all right, let's charge it and kick. All right, let's charge it and kick their butts. It's up Texas. I'm gonna kick all their. Let's just go and get their asses, get their. It's a kick show, but they can't say it, so they can't say asses, but like stuff like that. Kind of muscle.
The muscle. All right.
Not stupid, but he's like. All right, square hole. All right, how do I get the? All right, let's solve the problem. How do I get this? We got these, we got the circular hole, we got the square hole, and we got the triangle. And I got the square block. Let's just smash it into the circular hole, and then job's done. Probably one of my favorite characters, just for how fun he is, which is Gluttonous.
Okay.
We got that's Texas.
All right.
For some of the villains in the city, other villains, we got there's a whole bunch of gangs in Motor City. Most are neutral, some are even friendly. We got these like hotel-looking men in black guys called the Skylarks. We got a bunch of like race pit crews called the race pit, like Ferrari type of chick-looking chicks called the Amazons. We got the monster truck-looking guys called the Mama's Boys, who are all Southern-looking.
The Mama's Boys.
And we got the yeah.
All right.
There's a military group looking ones called I can't fucking forget. I can't remember their names. They're the least notable. But above all, the next to the Burners, the most important gang is the Duke of Detroit, not of New York, but of Detroit.
Oh.
It's probably my other favorite character, just for how fun he is. His main car is just this massive limo that just keeps on going.
That's the bad guy's vehicle, right?
Just saying.
Oh, okay.
I wanted. Okay, tell me that's the main male villain's vehicle, because that's just amazing.
Just like I'm gonna try to get a picture of him. Yeah, that's why it's a fun design. Okay, I'm sure you can just look him up. Duke of Detroit.
Duke of Detroit.
But he has like this. Here, I'm gonna look him up.
All right.
Yeah, he has like this sunglasses. A track. I think it wears a tracksuit. Let me.
Is this what it looks like?
Look at
Is this?
Look at this dude. Wow. Yeah, it's got.
Yes, that is it.
He's got like a pimp necklace and everything. Wow.
Size comparison. Here's Think About an Economy, SHR Martzart Godzilla.
Wow.
Yeah, wait, that's a guy called Raylar.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's the one who just keeps on going.
Okay. Wow.
Fucking love limos like that.
It makes you consider
But
how they can turn. That's a train.
But he has this like weird fetishization of the Burners cars, and when nobody's there, he's like, you go up to like caress them and whisper to them and stuff like that. He's like, all right, baby, don't worry, you'll be in my car, you'll be in my garage now, just let me drive you and stuff like that. But the other times he's like this like loud, rambunctious, and sort of he's the entertainer of Motor City. And so he's always yelling into a microphone and stuff like that, and like just like kind of prancing around. And he owns the largest junkyard in Motor City.
Oh, okay.
And he also tries to he also tries to set up the Burners into a bunch of different traps to try to televise it. gain wealth from that. So
Alright.
he's a really fun villain.
Yeah. Alright. I gotta head to bed.
You gonna head to
So
bed?
have a
Okay, good night.
Alright,
yeah, good night.
have a good night, Jotto.
There's another big villain called, well, not big, because she. I assume they'd have more prominence if they would do later seasons, but really only appeared in 2 episodes compared to Duke and compared to Kane, who got the bulk of it, and the Duke, who got a pretty decent chunk. But there was a third villain that appeared in only 2 episodes.
Okay.
I forget her name, but you see, Kane would you got this original Forest Grove, and then Kane would pump down toxic chemicals, and then it mutated this land into this like weird mutant elf hippie land.
What?
You kind of get the vibe, you know.
Okay. Mutant elf hippie.
But they're like, punk-looking elves.
Okay.
Post-apocalyptic mutants riding on like 3-eyed deer and stuff like that. With like,
Alright.
but kind of weird like eco-terrorists.
Oh.
Not in the sense that like they want to save the world, but like in the sense they're using like plant mutants to try to take revenge upon Kane.
Ah.
And they're like, okay, you know, we hate Kane too, burgers. You want to team up? And like, okay. And then you get to the episode, and they're like, oh, you're just a bunch of fanatics who also don't really care about killing the civilians to get to Kane. And they're like, yep. Like, okay, we're gonna have to take you down.
Oh.
But Motor City's. It's a very fun show, and animation is just beautiful. But it was it had a very it's standalone. You'll get the full. You're watching a season long version of like a New Hope, so probably deserved a few more seasons, but that's not what we got. But it's a very good show. Very fun. Great. It's got a lot of personality to it, which I really do like it. All the characters have great personality. Flavor just itches from this thing. Some small bits. Mike has a chainsaw spear.
A chainsaw spear? Okay.
Yes, that is his weapon.
Alright.
Like that. Nothing's really coming right now. Shit.
Oh, okay.
But that's Motor City. And so, speaking of stuff where you fight a whole bunch,
Alright.
The Raid, a movie I've always been on the list, but I really saw.
Oh, it's great, man. You'll love it.
I started it once like 10 years ago.
Okay.
But this is before I was used to watching dubs. And I was like, oh, this is in some like language that I have to read subtitles. Like, fuck this shit. I'm out. But I was like a fucking kid, so I was like, all right. Considering it now, where I watch a whole bunch of like movies and TV shows like subtitles, like I'm willing to give it a second chance. Like,
it's fun. It's Indonesian. So it's like, oh man, it's
yes. Risu, Kowalski, Muna.
Yeah, those like the VTubers. So yeah, that same country, Indonesia.
I know a bit more about Indonesia than that, but I'm like, okay. I just watched.
No, but so no, but the Raid is it's an Indonesian action movie. It's great. You'll love it. There is like there is a plot. There is, but like really the main selling point of this movie really is just
There's a plot.
well, there is, yes, but that's like you could tell like the main point of this movie really is just to show the action. It's still like one of the best action movies I've seen like to this day. It's great, man. I still need to watch the Raid 2, but like from what I've heard, like it's even better than this movie. So, the Raid is an action movie from back in like 2011, and I don't know. I just started like getting like interested in like the Raid again recently. It's like, oh, I remember the Raid, and I wanna rewatch it again. So I did, and it's great. So the Raid is a fascinating movie because like it's this movie was not that expensive to make at all. This was like compare your like budgets to nowadays. Like the Raid was like relatively cheap to make. Like I could look it up real quick. The Raid budget.
like 90% profits kind of thing.
Like it cost like only like a little bit under $1 million. Like compared to today, that's like that's
Wow.
yeah. Compared to today, that's
How much did it make in box office?
I could check.
So we have a $2 million profit, like $1 million in advertisement. So
looks like it says overall it grossed a little bit over $200 million. So yeah, it's yeah. This movie was very successful. So
very profitable.
Yeah. Oh, but this was just like only in like the United States, like and then
Just United States.
And then so like oh my so yeah, so August, yeah, so overall the film oh no, I never mind. That's only I misread it. That's only like 200,000, not 200 million. So overall it made about like $9.3 million in outside of Indonesia. That's still like super impressive. Like it more than made back, yeah.
Still, that's like
it more than made back.
That's like more than.
Oh, that's not even. That's not.
Yeah,
even,
so 2 million.
Oh, that's not even taking into account the home media
over 4 times its budget.
Oh yeah, that's not even taking into account the home media release. Once it came to home media on DVD and Blu-ray, it then earned an extra $10 million. So like this movie was very successful because like it was like so like cheap to make compared to nowadays.
It's a very big cult movie, I know, so it's probably made a lot more money in the years since then.
True. But like, one of the reasons why this is like such a big cult movie was because like it was really like this was like a big thing to like that came out during the time period it was in of like action movies, and like this movie was very influential for like action movies like going forward. Like if like a lot of action movies you see nowadays, one way or another was most likely inspired by the Raid. You know, like something like you see like John Wick, like the John Wick movies, like now like you could see a little bit of like the Raid in it, just a little bit, not much, but you could kind of see it. So like this movie was very influential when it comes to how it portrays actions because back then, like this came out in like 2011. Back then, like the big action stuff at the time was like the Jason Bourne movies. So you got like it's the shaky cam era.
JC, it's Jason Bourne.
Yeah, it's the shaky cam era, match. You know, like when like all these movies like, oh, how do we portray action? And just shake a camera around, you know, that'll do the trick. Like, it's like
the Nolan movies.
Yeah. You know, well, the Nolan movies got
It's like
better,
lazy. I really fucking lazy. Not gonna lie.
well, the shaky cam can be good because like the thing with shaky cam is it was always constantly misused because the whole point of shaky cam is it's supposed to create like this like sense of like chaos. It's supposed to purposely disorient you. So like it's like it sets a mood like, oh my gosh, like what just happened, but like the thing is everyone kept misusing it for like things that didn't need to have it. So like that's why like like at that era like everything was just like shaky cam, and so the raid was like special at the time because like it just honestly just didn't do that. It didn't do any like that shaky cam stuff, and I guess like going forward, people are like, oh my gosh, of course, what are we so stupid?
We can have actual action in our action movies.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Whoa! Oh my goodness! Thank you, Indonesia. It's funny because the movie was directed by a guy named Gareth Evans, and he's not even Indonesian. I think it's like New Zealand or something.
He sounds like some sort of British derivative.
He was in the, like that European like area, so like he's not even Indonesia, because fun thing about this movie was
it makes sense he would be from New Zealand. It's pretty geographically close to. It's in the
yes.
It's in the neighborhood.
True. But like one fun story about this movie was how like this movie honestly was just kind of made. I'm paraphrasing a lot, but like it was kind of made like on the spur of a moment because Gareth Evans, he went to Indonesia not even to film this movie in the first place. He was making a documentary about the country's martial arts, specifically their one martial art they practice the most calls I'm butchering it right now, but it's called Pencak Silat. I probably butchered that term, but it's just basically the Indonesian's martial arts, and he wanted to make a documentary about that. And then like on the way, like while he was doing the documentary, he met like a bunch of like different people practicing the martial arts, and it's like, man, this is like really cool. Like, wow. Hey guys, so he literally like all the people like inside documentary was like, hey guys, you want to make a movie? Okay, and so they just all came together to work on the raid, and it's and yeah, but like this movie really was just a standout at the time because like it's like, oh my gosh, we could actually show action. Goodness gracious, how do we not think of that before? No, but also like what also helps this movie a lot about the action was like almost everyone in this movie was a practitioner of the martial arts Pencak Silat. So like almost every character you see that like is in like some kind of fight scene, they all know the martial arts. So it was actually very easy to like. Well, fight choreography is still like hard in itself, but like it's easier than normal because you don't have to.
People knew what they were doing.
Exactly. You don't have to worry about like, oh my gosh, where's the stunt double? Oh my goodness. Like we can't have I don't know, a famous actor like I don't know.
All the actors can do their own can do their own stunts. You're not here for the how this actor could bring you to tears in such a delicate manner. He's like, oh man, he just threw a chair at the guy. And it was so epic. And he just smashed his face into a bunch of drugs.
Oh,
and the white powder flew everywhere.
Oh, pretty much like the like a lot of the guys in this movie, they weren't even actors. Like I think like the main guy that you're following around, you actually don't really ever really know his name until like the end credits. His name is like Rama, and like Rama, like the actor, like I think like he was just like a mail delivery guy who like practiced martial arts on his own time as a hobby, and then because of this movie, he actually got his like a jump start in his acting career. So now he's like a big like he's a big action actor in like Indonesian and Asian films now. So he's a big deal. This movie jumpstarted a lot of careers.
Imagine going from a delivery boy to action superstar of your country overnight.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like and because everyone was always almost everyone was a practitioner of this martial arts, like pretty much all the fight choreography was made like directed by these actors. So like the main actor and like other actors, they would like pretty much do their own fight choreography, and then the director would just have to find a way to film it in a way that's people like. So it's really cool. So one thing about this film is the actual action itself. Not only like oh my gosh, you can actually see the action, but also the action itself is actually pretty brutal. So like cause like the whole point of this Indonesian martial arts is like basically the idea is you are using every part of your body as a weapon, and you are targeting like every part of the body. So like so like how like some like martial arts they'll say like like you can't hit certain areas because that's like like dishonorable.
Go for the balls.
Like it's like that's dishonorable and stuff. But here, this martial arts is all about
It's dishonorable to lose, bitch.
you go for
victory.
you go for those spots. Like you if you like you like like you shouldn't like hit like directly on the knee because then like that person will like collapse. You could like shatter the kneecaps. This martial arts is like no, go for the kneecaps.
Good.
Destroy it. So
good.
So what?
Destroy the kneecaps.
So what ends up happening?
Cripple the man.
So what ends up happening is all the action in this movie like ends up being really brutal because they just like the whole point is just pretty much you're just doing like as much damage as possible to the body. So like, you'll see people like people go for like the kneecaps. You'll see like go like for like the jugular at times. Like hit them like directly in the jugular. They like start like choking on themselves. Like go for that. And it's crazy. It's like, and then just the overall fight choreography too is amazing. Like they're able to like it's super fast paced, but again like it's all in a way that like you could perfectly see like oh yeah this is great. And again it does help that everyone in the movie, well not everyone but like almost everyone in the movie is a practitioner, so like they know exactly what they're doing. So you don't have to like do all this like editing tricks to like oh my gosh we can't actually really hit I don't know like Chris Evans.
We can't hit you. We can't hit you. Oh.
I don't know, I'm just coming with random actors like Chris Evans. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know if this actually would happen on like except for like Captain America, but like like oh my gosh, you can't actually show Chris Evans being punched. Like no, like so like but like here it's like they pretty much they know what they're doing, so like they can like get away with like
Tom Cruise in this bitch.
Pretty much. They're like,
you are studs.
Yeah, they're like everyone here is like their own Tom Cruise, so yeah, it's great. And like everything's
And does it include any running scenes?
Any running scenes? There's some running scenes.
It is Tom Cruise approved.
There's some running scenes, but like everything, all the action is fast paced, but also just really brutal, and it just and ends up making just really just a visual spectacle to watch. I will say though, this movie also does come from a time period where like they kind of desaturate a lot of their colors in the movie. So, but I get why they did it, because like it's supposed to like set the tone, like this like grimy, because like it takes place in like the slums of like Indonesia. So just like it's like a grimy, like disgusting feel to the movie, but that's purposeful. But that is something to like take note of. Like it is a very like desaturated movie, so it's like a lot of gray going on.
Not the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it too much, but it's of the time period.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not impressed, but
yeah, it's just something that movies were always doing. at that time period, like in order to set the mood, they always like did something like the color saturation, like, okay, we're gonna like desaturate everything or oversaturate something. It's like I don't, yeah, I don't really like that. I hear the Raid 2 like addresses that, so there's not so much desaturation going on, so that's a plus to hear. But yeah, like the overall, like this is a movie that like it's just something really you have to just witness. Oh! Okay. Oh, Chelsea, thank you for $20 for Xenomorph Mary Burstmas. Oh yeah, thank you, Chelsea. Thank you. All right, so that makes us. We are now at. Oh, whoopsie daisies, come here. We're now at. Oh, we hit our goal. Let's go. There we go. I'll be sure to tell Nick. I'll be sure to tell Nick when he comes in that yeah, we hit our goal. He'll get his birthday present. Thank you, Chelsea. All right, but as April birthdays try to celebrate. All right, but as I was saying, like this is a movie where like you just honestly, it is really the selling point. You're really there to see the action. There is a story, like. And like people like undersell the story of this movie a lot.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
The man does the man drug factory, man at town. You go in. You destroy drug factory. You bring man on top. You take drug kingpin in. Same day.
Yeah, that's pretty much the overall premise. Yeah, there's other stuff going on too. There is something like with the main guy Rama and like how his brother is involved in like this like drug gang, so like he's also kind of there for him. But again but again like this movie's selling point really is just the action overall and just just because of the time period this came in, this really was like a game changer for like how like movies film their action. So like ever since like going for like so many movies have been inspired by like the Raid movies. In one way or another, like if you see like a movie like let's say like I'm trying to think of like a current action movie I saw recently. I know there was a Chris Hemsworth movie I saw recently that's like a big like action movie. The Extraction, his Extraction movies, like they're all like very action based, and it's but like you can see a little bit of like the Raid influence in it. So yeah, so this movie was just
It's been like 10 years, right? So
yeah, so like
probably gonna be waning. Its influence is probably gonna start waning.
True. I do kind of want to talk about eventually like on his own, like just how action is portrayed in movies. Because I find very interesting now that like the current trend really is people really like the long shot takes. It's like nowadays it's all about filming everything. Oh, you're roboting. You're roboting.
The hallway.
Okay. So yeah, like everyone wants to like that long take now. So I do kind of want to talk about that too. But yeah, like overall, the Raid was just a really, really fun film, and like it was very influential for like action movies nowadays. I say that because I bring it up because it is kind of funny how I mentioned that, and at the same time, I think what you said also about how its influence is starting to kind of wane is showing because along with the Raid, I also watch the rest of those Korean action movies with Ma Dong-suk, or as people know him mostly now as Don Lee, or I guess you filthy Americans, you know him as Gilgamesh from that one Marvel movie. So, no, Chelsea, he's not. This guy wasn't. Don Lee wasn't in Doctor Strange. No, Chelsea, it's a different guy. It's a different guy, Chelsea. I don't. Hold on, who played Wong? Hold on, I'm gonna see real quick who played Wong. Oh, Benedict Wong. Oh wow, even the actor's name is Wong. So, no, it's a different guy. Benedict Wong and Don Lee are two different people, Chelsea. For one, I think I don't think Benedict Wong is Korean. No, he's Chinese. So, two different type of Asians in the first place, Chelsea. This guy's Korean, so. But I was just saying though, it is funny how you mentioned like it feels like the Raid's influence is kind of starting to wane because recently I watched The Roundup. This is another Don Lee Korean action movie. This is part of the whole Roundup series of films he's doing. I talked a while back. I talked not too long ago. I talked a bit about the first movie of this series called The Outlaws, and now this is just the second one called The Roundup. And it is interesting talking about like action movies because this is an interesting case where it feels like there could be a bit of like Raid influence like sprinkled here and there. Maybe like it's at this point like the Raid's influence is most likely something like just like sprinkled in here and there that like it's like an indirect influence at this point. I feel like it's like indirectly influencing movies now. Like before, like especially when that movie when the Raid came out, like everyone was like trying to directly be inspired by the Raid, and now it feels like more like an indirect influence to action movies. So, no, Chelsea, Koreans and Chinese are two different ethnicities and cultures. I don't know much about Chinese culture, Chelsea, other than like I don't know, Lunar New Year or Chinese food or something like that. So, but anyway, but the Roundup is a Korean action movie with starring our guy Ma Dong-suk. I talked a bit about the Outlaws last time, and this time, the whole premise here is pretty much our guy Don Lee. He's back as I have a Wikipedia page because I can't remember Korean names. Ma Suk-do, and basically the whole thing is he's now just doing his police stuff, but now he's going to Vietnam. He's gonna get that Vietnam flashback. Let's go. He even goes to Ho Chi Minh City. So the whole point of this movie is he goes to Vietnam to extradite a Korean criminal, because like the whole premise is how Nam currently has like a huge like oh no, Master, we lost him. No. Oh, Master, you back?
I made some jokes.
Oh.
Nobody laughed.
Made you feel
Made me feel bad. I was like, Vietnam, bitches.
Vietnam, bitches. But yeah, so
Well, listen. If you watch Tropic Thunder, and if you scroll your camera just went to just a little bit to the left, then you'll see Don Lee in his Vietnam gear.
Yeah, you'll see him in his Vietnam.
Every single scene, you just if the camera just went a little bit left, you'll just see Don Lee.
Oh, Nick responded. Hold on. What are you saying, Nick? Hold on.
I'll be back in a second.
Alright, I'm just responding to Nick real quick. Come on, talk to me, Nick! Where are you? Okay, never mind. Alright. Well, anyways, I guess I'll just have to continue to wait for Nick. He's not here, that bastard. I want to talk about Futurama with him, but where is he? Where is he? Oh. But anyway, so this movie is all about Ma Dong-suk being himself, and he's in Vietnam now. The whole point is he's here to extradite a criminal, but then things go south and things end up being take for a worse turn when he realizes they can't exactly extradite that criminal, because now that criminal they're trying to extradite is now involved in a whole is in this whole scheme with a notorious what I could best describe is just honestly like some like gangster or something. He's just some criminal. Oh, okay. Sorry, that was my dad. Dad, close. All right, there we go. I keep forgetting to lock my door. Wow, it's a force of habit to just leave it unlocked. I'm still not used to having a lock. But so like he's in Korea, and then okay, now I remember where I was at. So like the best way to describe the villain, like the antagonist in the movie, really is just evil criminal. We don't really know if it's like I wouldn't really describe him as a serial killer. Well, maybe. I guess maybe he could be like described like a serial killer. He's cause this guy who okay, Wikipedia, what's his name? King Haeseng. Or Haeseng. I probably butchered that Korean name. Like, ooh, I probably butchered that. Ooh, but basically, Kang is a guy who has this whole scheme of he lures like all these like rich like Korean like millionaires and stuff, and essentially what happens is he just ends up killing them for like he ends up killing them, and then it's not millionaires, it's tourists. What's different this time was that, you know, it's a billionaire that he's targeting. So there's this whole plot going on about how King is targeting he targeted this like Korean millionaire who came to Vietnam as a tourist, and then he killed him, and now he wants money from the millionaire's like dad, who's like the owner of, who's like the real millionaire, is like the owner of the company and stuff. It's this I'm doing a bad job describing it, but like it's this whole like intricate plot. So I will say like the plot of this movie is definitely kind of a lot more involved than the previous movie, because in the Outlaws it was just, you know, like Chinese Korean gangs kind of eating themselves up because of one guy, and Ma Dong-seok has to like solve that issue before, you know, violence explodes and ruins everything for Chinatown. And then here it's a lot more involved because, you know, they gotta deal with like, you know, international affairs, and then there's Kang, and he's just kind of evil. He's that's the best way to really just describe him. He's just kind of evil. That's one thing I do have to say about the Roundup series so far. From what I've seen, a lot of these villains, they're just evil. Like, they're just bad people. There's nothing wrong with that, cause like this movie's overall tone is it's a fun action romp. That's what you're here for. This is a fun action romp. You're here to see Ma Dong-seok do his thing, beat up bad guys. And there you go. That's what you're here for. So it's definitely a lot more involved plot in this movie than the previous one. Ma Dong-seok's character, Donlee's character, Ma Suk-do, is the best way I can describe him is kind of just how I described him the last time I talked about the Outlaws. It's just Ma Dong-seok kind of just being himself. Ma Dong-seok, Donlee, he's kind of like, he's the type of character he's played really is just, it's like The Rock. You know like how like The Rock just kind of plays himself. So, you know, like it's like when you go watch it, or no, actually no, the best way, I think the better comparison would be like Tom Cruise. Like when you watch like a Tom Cruise movie, you know, like the character watching it's just Tom Cruise himself. But you know, but like at the same time though, you're there to see like, oh man, what Tom Cruise is gonna do this time. So like it's
Might be a little bit of different flavor of Tom Cruise this time.
yeah.
But
So
it's Tom Cruise.
So it's a similar situation here. Like like Modoxo's character is just Don Lee's character is just it's just Don Lee. You're there to watch Don Lee just beat people up. But it's like what flavor of beating people up do you want to see from Don Lee this time? So he's just playing himself. But like the thing about like actors like Don Lee or like Tom Cruise is like there's like a genuine like charisma to them that you end up really enjoying every time they're on screen, compared to say like The Rock. Like there's a very
Oh man, I could go for a good Tom Cruise movie.
yeah. Like, there's a
It kind of makes it feel like go like that.
exactly. Like there's a
The Rock's there. That's cool. Oh man, I really want to see that Tom Cruise.
yeah. There's a very clear difference when you go what people expect when you go like watch a Tom Cruise movie or The Rock movie. Like, oh man, Tom Cruise, let's go. And then there's The Rock's like, oh, it's The Rock. He's in it, okay. Or I don't know. I guess like maybe like Jason Statham.
So it's like the version. It's like oh cool, The Rock's here. Oh shit, man, it's Tom Cruise. Let's go. We're gonna have a fun time.
Yeah. So like Don Lee's like kind of I guess like the best analogy I can come is like it's like Korean Tom Cruise. It's like, oh man, it's Don Lee. Let's go. Woo. And so he's just playing himself. That's really what it is. And like he's just overall just a fun dude. Like Don Lee himself is just generally a charismatic and fun dude with like a good sense of humor. The same kind of jokes like you see in like the last movie, like The Outlaw Are Still Here, like something like the truth room, which is the idea that you're in an interrogation, I'm gonna beat the truth out of you. Can you do that? You're a police officer. Oh no, let's find out. And let's just cover up your security cameras, okay? No one can see what we're doing. I'll just beat the truth out of you. So like, just jokes like that are still back, and also just overall like Don Lee's character like it's kind of like very like lackadaisical. Like for example, like one of my favorite running gags from his last movie, The Outlaws, was how like every time he like beat up like someone, it's like, hey buddy, do me a favor, like before you stab anyone with that knife, can you put in this evidence back for me, please? Thank you. I appreciate it very much. So like, that type of humor is still here, and it's great humor. I love it. It's so much fun. But like that. But one thing also to note is the action in this movie. Again, like it's a case of like I feel like the raid's influence is most likely indirect at this point, because it kind of feels like its own sort of like different beast when it comes to how to film action, at least in my opinion. But I will say though also the action here is definitely a lot more brutal, because if there's one thing these movies have taught me, is that if you don't have a gun, the violence actually tends to be worse. It's actually kind of amazing how violence ends up being portrayed worse without a gun. Like with a gun, like you see like a guy just get shot, but like without a gun, like you see like
there's a good maxim for comparing combat between the modern world and the pre-modern world. Well, I mean, like it was in using like World War I trench warfare as an example. World War I, it's like slow drip on your head of water for like just weeks and weeks and weeks on end, but it's constant, always getting dripped on. And in ancient warfare, it's like for like a year you're good, and there you go on to battle day, it's just a waterfall falling onto you at once.
Yeah, so it's always it's very fascinating to see how just when guns aren't involved, violence actually just kind of tends to be portrayed worse. It's like instead of just like instead of just being shot, like all of a sudden you see like limbs being hacked off, or like you see like just like it's like a slice of like a blade can just end up like send like blood flying everywhere. It's very interesting how once you get it really does make you just truly like it's really amazing. Again, like I'm telling you my words, but it's just really amazing to see how much like a gun can actually really kind of tone down the violence being portrayed in media. It's interesting, cause like I don't know what like gun laws are like in like Vietnam, but like it's pretty clear that like no one was really using a gun. Everyone was using a lot of like knives, a lot of like machetes, a lot of like axes. So like, it's like I think also another thing is like once you get rid of the gun, the violence becomes a lot more, I guess for lack of better words, like intimate.
Brutal.
Like, yeah, exactly, brutal. Cause now you have to get up close, and you gotta get like very personal with your combatant. So like,
And also, you know, it's not like clean, I guess. Like one bullet, small projectile. You know, two little, one exit wound, one entrance wound, very small.
Yeah.
Versus hacking him with a sword or beating him with your fist or a hammer or something like that.
Yeah.
A lot more surface space.
Mm-hmm.
And you're probably multiple times hitting him too, so.
Yeah. So it's just very fascinating to see how violence is portrayed without a firearm present, most of the time at least. So like the action. So like when it comes to the action here, like it can get actually pretty brutal, pretty violent. But every time Don Lee's on screen though, it's great. You're gonna have an absolute fun time. It's like,
hey, when's Nick getting here? Cause I
don't know.
I'm about.
Like
I gotta go sleep soon, and I don't wanna. I think it'd be rude to just leave you alone.
Oh, it's fine, man. If you gotta go to bed, man. It's cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, if you gotta go to bed. I don't. Because honestly, it makes me feel bad. Like, oh, like you're like.
Still, like I still got like 20 minutes.
Okay. All right then. Here, I'm gonna ask Nick how close he is to home. Here, how close are you now, Nick?
Yeah, I finished a unit of Rose Knights in
Nice.
Megatron Shell.
I saw that.
And that.
Yeah, it looks neat. Yeah, it looks really neat.
Yeah.
But the guy...
And then I got the base. Sorry.
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, the base jabber.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. I mean the guy with like the banner though with the green, he really pops out. I really like that, how like the green helps like make him stand out amongst the others. It's really nice color. So yeah.
Yeah, he's sort of the base, sort of base type of with the box art looking guy.
Okay.
And you know they're knights, so you know I wanted to paint them all different colors, but I kept the bannerman with the standard colors. I think it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good, man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. Miniature painting kind of scares me, just because just how like small everything is, and I don't really have very good hands.
Just see, get a few practice models. You know, you do have to. And get a few bigger practice models, and then you just work yourself down.
Okay.
Like in look in BC.
All right.
You see that? See the dude on the horse?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be fucking really easy to paint.
Mm. Yeah.
Just
Okay.
because of how big everything is. Like get like if you get yourself a little starter set, get like a big guy like that.
Mm.
If you want to talk, if you actually want to do it, you talk to me a minute, Joe. I can give you a lot of tips, but it's really fun.
Hmm. Okay.
Not to mention, I hear that some people do they do paints of gunpla.
Oh, that's true. Gunpla painting. That's true.
And get some nice flames on your Zaku.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I might look into like. Yeah, I might look into like painting stuff and stuff. So.
GW is probably the most popular,
All right.
but it's also on the more expensive side.
Mm.
Though usually their stuff tends to be very good looking
Okay.
in terms of models.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. Have you run out of topics? Or
no.
waiting for Nick?
Well, partially we're still waiting for Nick, but also like just because Nick told me earlier he was gonna be late, I just didn't realize he'd be like this late. So I guess that's why.
Is it a club day?
No, club days were like Tuesdays, so I guess like he's just like.
Oh, okay.
I guess he's probably like out with like friends or family, so like
Here.
but you know what? He's probably out celebrating his birthday early, because his birthday is technically tomorrow. Well, yeah, tomorrow technically it's still not tomorrow on his end, so like but like I guess on your end it would technically be his birthday right now, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, so
Oh, nice.
yeah, so that's probably what it is. He's probably out celebrating his birthday early. So no, but I knew we were gonna be late. He was gonna be running late. I just didn't know it was be this late. So I just because I knew that, I did also then want to also just really talk about just the other Roundup movie with Tom Lee. I ended up watching both of these guys. I ended up watching both the Roundup and the third one, the Roundup No Way Out. I don't know. Roundup No Way Out is just pretty much like, if you like the Outlaws and everything in the Roundup, then it's just kind of the same thing here. Okay, well, except what there is actually kind of a difference here. It does feel like the overall action and violence in the Roundup No Way Out feels a little bit toned down, at least in my opinion. Maybe because it's like, maybe because they're trying for like a different thing. I could like check, like, maybe it's also like a rating thing. I could check like the ratings of these movies, because ratings could also like affect like just how much these things show. Like, let's see, No Way Out rating. Like, just tell me, is it like PG or is it not? Like, I don't know Korean like rating systems, so damn, nothing's really saying if it's like I don't know like Korean like movie ratings, so like I don't know if like one was like PG or like one was like PG-13. So oh, that's actually interesting. So the previous movie that I was talking about, the Roundup, was actually technically a lower age rating than the first movie, The Outlaws, which is kind of weird, because I felt like the Roundup felt more brutal than The Outlaws. So it's like, oh, okay, because the Outlaw was R-rated, but then the Roundup was like 15 and over. So like
It makes me think of ratings and how some people get their stuff restricted, so they come up with another way to do it.
yeah.
That just feels way worse.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's like one of the ones I think of is like Barbara Gordon in that one episode of New Batman Adventures, where they have the dream sequence where she falls off that roof onto the car. It's from the roof. It's from the car's perspective, so you're in the back seat, so you just see her smash on the you're behind Commissioner Gordon's behind his shoulder, and she sees his daughter just smash onto her front of the car, just like that's way worse if you just would have just saw her just hit the ground.
That's why I find age ratings so. I find age ratings funny. Just amazing how like every time, like when people want to like get around age ratings to like portray violence, sometimes the result can be worse than it it was just like rated R. It's like we can't show Barbara just falling on the car, so we'll just.
No, we can't. I mean, it originally was like, okay, we just can't have Barbara just fall in the street or something like. Ooh, I know what I'll do. Ooh, kids will be horrified when they see this.
Kids will be horrified.
This is way worse than what I was going for. Thanks.
Yeah. So
and then there's that one episode. Remember with Clayface?
Oh yeah.
Oh, where they show them dropping the chemicals on his face.
Yeah.
And they do it from just like half shadow in the background, and they're like, "Ooh, that is."
Yes. Yeah. So
I remember they eventually showed something like that with ink.
Really?
Where they in Batman Beyond, where they have ink just shove herself into his mouth.
Oh my gosh!
To try to.
Whoa!
Have you not seen much of Batman Beyond?
I haven't seen much of Batman Beyond, admittedly. But...
It's like Bruce Timm and Paul Dini, and they're like, they want to teach teenage Batman. Ooh, they'll get a teenage Batman. Honestly, it is probably it is definitely the worst of all the. It's probably just it is probably just the most straight up ugly in terms of that stuff. Out of all the teams.
Wow.
Out of all the DCU stuff.
Okay. All right.
But they do have a scene where they where they do have this Clayface like chick, and so when in the fight with Batman, she tries to take him out by going inside him.
Wow.
And they show it, and it's pretty ugly. It's pretty brutal.
Ooh. All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay then. Yeah. So it's just fun to see how the movie that like probably had like the more brutal violence is like a safer age rating than the other one.
Yeah. Oh, there's this. It's like I like the comparison between the creator of Spider-Man the animated series is like, all right, we will go as safe as possible. You know, we'll not include even a punch. and he was actually and then we go to Bruce Timm and he's like, how can I traumatize these children?
how can I traumatize these children?
Well, he certainly traumatizes us now with the Barbara stuff with Bruce, but I don't think that's what I don't think that's his intention. but all right.
But yeah, so like I can't tell what the doesn't say what the age rating for Roundup No Way Out was. All I know is it felt more toned down than the last movie when it comes to like how they portray violence. But it's still a fun ride. Also another thing when it comes to like its action is so Don Lee Monoksuk's like when he's like actually fighting is kind of portrayed differently here. So one thing about Monoksuk's Don Lee, at least when it comes to like how he's portrayed, how he fights, is I think I could be wrong, but I think he is like an actual actual boxer, because a lot of his fighting in these movies like revolves around like boxing. I think like he was like I think even before he was an actor, he had like a history of like mixed martial arts. I could check real quick.
He looks like he would be able to do that.
Dude, Monoksuk is ginormous, dude. Like his his biceps he's one of those guys where, like, your head will like be the size of his bicep. He's a huge dude. He's huge. I think the craziest thing though is like Monoksuk, like I don't know if he's juicing or not. I think he's just naturally a big dude, because like you could tell, like you can always tell when like an actor's like on like some kind of juice when to bulk up.
They look freakishly big. Like you're not supposed to naturally get like this unless you're like.
Yeah, but no, I think he's just naturally that huge. He's just a huge dude.
He does. When I first looked at him, I was like, he just feels like a big dude.
Yeah, it's like yeah, I don't
you go to The Rock and you're like,
yeah, like you
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
that seems like you seem like to be doing some stuff, and you go like him, and it's like, everything feels kind of like natural about his shape.
Like for example, like every time what's it like every time Hugh Jackman has to bulk up to be the Wolverine, you can tell they're just putting him on all sorts of like roids. They're juicing him. It's kind of weird, because like wasn't he like all natural like the first X-Men movie?
He looked the best in the first X-Men movie. Well, not the best. Maybe the second one. I think, I don't know.
Second one. Like
he did look kind of natural. He looked natural in the first movie.
Yeah, but like ever since then, like every time you see him, like nothing looks natural. So like
he looks just like you couldn't find a piece of fat on his body.
Yeah. So one thing also I remember, like, so when it comes to like actors and like portraying like how like they're muscular, one thing that a practice they do in Hollywood that is absolutely just atrocious is they pretty much dehydrate the actor, so that way like when their muscles show, they're also, you can see, you see like all like their veins and stuff, because they think, oh, that's hot, ooh, that shows muscle, but like it just doesn't look healthy. Like it doesn't look healthy. So like every time I
remember them doing that for like Henry Cavill.
Really? Oh, that sucks.
I think Henry Cavill got that some place.
Really?
I know Hugh Jackman did get that as well.
No, Hugh Jackman
it's just magic.
Hugh Jackman was one of the people who just straight up admits that yeah. That's one thing I do have to say about Hugh Jackman. Like he admits when he's like juicing to like for a movie. Like he'll.
I'm not happy about that, but I can.
Yeah, but at least he's open about it. Like it's like, okay, You know, at least you're not like you don't got like anything to hide. You know.
I respect the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't respect the links you go to, but I respect that you're truthful about that. That's something nice.
Yeah.
I like it where you get like Robert Pattinson. He's like, no way the fuck I'm doing that.
No.
And then that got like broken telephone into. Oh man, he's so fat as Batman. He's fat man Batman. He got fucking fat for this role.
Yeah, because I was like, you know, I'm like it just got telephoned, so like it was like I'm not gonna work out for Batman. So like I think I remember Robert Pattinson. I think the Robert Pattinson did say to like it's like you know like if the Batman doesn't do well, I'm just gonna go to do porn. Well, he doesn't have to do porn anymore, so good for him.
No. To be fair, it's probably going up compared to his previous roles.
Oh, true.
I mean, you don't get as low as Twilight.
Yeah. But no, but when it comes to like just portraying muscle, like I genuinely believe just Donnelly's just that naturally huge. He's just a huge guy. It's like I don't see like him. If he,
the strongman physique is getting more popular these days.
Like, if he is juicing, then like I don't know. He's really hiding it real well. Then, like if he's juicing, like dang, you're really hiding it well. Damn, like it's like almost like impressive how well he can hide it. Then, if he is. But like I don't.
Me and my grandfather we've both seen the movie before, but for the past like few times I met up with him, we've been watching like little clips of like slowly watching a little bit of Ben-Hur, a little bit of that
Ben-Hur.
each time, and we got to the scene in like the bath in the Roman baths, and you got like a solid like. Ah shit! They were juicing back then too.
They were juicing back then too. Wow.
It still looks better than like when they do the stuff with like the dehydrating.
Yeah, cause.
But you could still tell he was like doing stuff.
Cause the whole point of dehydrating is like that's how you like show like the veins on the muscles.
The bare minimum body fat kind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but like it just doesn't look healthy. So yeah, I guess I can say that at least Donnelly is I don't see it's very clear he's not dehydrating, so good for him. But yeah, he's just naturally.
It's like that scene of a Family Guy where you go to the Russian jackets, coats. When you take it off, and it's like, oh, he fills out that he go to the woman, and she's like, just like tight. He's like, oh,
yeah.
Donnelly takes off the jacket. He's just a stick.
Just a stick. Oh no, I was right though. He before acting, he was a personal trainer of several mixed martial artists. So yeah, he has this like experience of like fighting. So he also was an amateur arm wrestler. I hope he won, considering how huge those arms are. So. But yeah, like I could definitely see now, like, but like to bring it back though, I could definitely see how now they decide to bring more of his like background of mixed martial arts into like how they portray his action in especially this movie, because like here like it's more toned down, but like they also like emphasize a lot more like kind of like a boxing style of fighting compared to like the previous movies where it's like kind of more it's like like here's terms that you could understand. Now you're playing the Yakuza games. It's like different like styles like fighting. It's like before like it's like some like bruiser style, or like the brawler or like the bruiser, and then like here like it's more like a boxing, like what's like the rush style. So they change things up with how they portray the action here.
I'm just watching the I just looked at your shooting back room. The shooting back room, and I'm looking at Hugh Jackman, and I'm like, man, that is disgusting.
Yeah, like he's just, because that's a result of them dehydrating him, because we want to show all the muscle, like it's like you can see all the veins and stuff. It's like it's not healthy.
Like Greek statues don't look as jacked as that doesn't look as low body fat as this. This isn't even muscular. It's just fucking
yeah. I don't like it.
I'm glad Hugh Jackman is happy he gets to wear the yellow suit this time with the full sleeves.
Well,
I hope they wear I hope they give him a mask. Sorry,
I hope they give him a mask, but like if I remember though, I think they said like the full bodysuits because like he has like a skin condition. So like
no shit. After that?
Yeah, like after all that, it's like jeez. I wonder why he has like a skin condition. So like he's like I'm gonna look up something real quick. Hugh Jackman, Deadpool 3. I'm gonna here we go, workout. Let me see. Like what's it? Oh man, they even got Ryan Reynolds doing that shit now. Like here, I'm gonna put this in the back room. They even got Ryan Reynolds doing that, like dehydration stuff now. You can tell. It's like, damn. That actually sucks. It's like, it's not very healthy. So, yeah, I don't understand why they keep doing this, like dehydration stuff. Like it doesn't make you look healthy at all. Just be natural. So yeah, I don't like that.
They're old fucking. They're getting older. They should not be doing this.
Yeah, they're all getting older. They shouldn't be like roiding up. But like, so yeah, they shouldn't be doing this. But that sucks.
You shouldn't be doing it when you're younger, but at least you have your youth to fucking to escape to help with the worst aspects of this.
Yeah. No, this is
you're really fucking yourself up.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that honestly sucks to see. Anyways, I was talking about a roundup, but I guess I was just saying how like Don Lee's not dehydrating himself, so he's definitely healthier. And I was also talking about
this is what he does look like when they dehydrated him. He was just too muscular.
he's just that naturally big. So
the vein you can just get the veins are there. It just blends in.
Just blends in. Yeah, no, but oh, actually, speaking of I was referencing Yakuza, so you understand some stuff. But speaking of Yakuza, the Yakuza themselves are actually a big part of this movie, of the third round of the movie.
Oh shit, we're gonna hear you. Dragon and Dojima are gonna fight this dude.
I kind of wish that was the case. I'm not gonna lie. But
who'd you cast Don Lee as in Yakuza movie?
He'd probably just be some like Korean gangster.
He comes in as a Korean Virgil, and he just goes in. He's like, "Holy shit, you're a big fucking Virgil."
No, he did play a Korean gangster in an actual movie. The gangster, the cop, and the devil. Like, his whole role is being a Korean mob boss. That's also a movie I want to talk about. It's also really good. But yeah, but like here, like the Yakuza are also like a big part of this film because so the main whole like conflict is a bunch of corrupt Korean police officers are working with the Yakuza. Oh. Can you hear me, Mashnik?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
I cut out at Yakuza is a big part of this film.
Yeah, so like the Yakuza are a big part of this film because a bunch of corrupt Korean police officers are working with the Yakuza to like smuggle in drugs. So
Not nukes, just drugs.
unfortunately no nukes, it's just drugs. So but like that's like the
I love that I love that it happened.
I know. I did no.
That's
The Yakuza are
It's just such a
smuggling
it's just such a goofy plot
I
too
know.
that it just happened.
I know.
Nuclear material being smuggled.
It's really funny though.
Where are the North Koreans? We just need the North Koreans and then a weak fleet.
My favorite part of watching that Count Dankula video is like how like the Yakuza themselves are trying to like distance themselves from this guy. Like we don't know who he is. He's just some random he's just some random nobody trying to leech off of our success, man.
We are not dealing with nukes. Do not come after us, please.
We are not affiliated with him whatsoever.
It's like, I can't hear that would be like Mr. Incredible. I am not affiliated with you.
I am not affiliated with you. Yeah. So no, there's no nukes in this movie. Only drugs are being smuggled. But yeah, like that's like a big crux of the movie. How like the Yakuza are smuggling, Korean police officers are smuggling drugs for the Yakuza, but at the same time the Korean police officers are also backstabbing the Yakuza because while they're smuggling the drugs, they're actually just selling it to the Chinese mafia in Korea. So it's like, yeah, we'll agree to smuggle your drugs, Japan, and we're gonna sell those same drugs to the Chinese now.
And at a markup too.
That's exactly what they do. So it's funny. So that's like one of the big like conflicts of the movie. It's just
That in your contract, it specifically stated that you sell the drugs to local Koreans, not these other Chinese third-party gangsters. What are you doing? That is not a part of the contract.
So that's like there's a part of the movie where like just the Yakuza just literally get a word of what they're doing and they just go on a manhunt for these corrupt police officers.
Have you seen the video with Tuco and the Infinity Stones?
I have seen that now.
I'm sorry, that just reminded me. Talking about drugs.
Tuco and Infinity Stones. That's
He just snorts.
I still need to like see like the entirety of Breaking Bad. I think I saw like.
That's a commitment.
It is a commitment.
I don't think. I feel like I want to go through The Sopranos first.
The Sopranos?
I did watch the first season of that.
Oh, how is it so far?
I don't remember. That was years ago.
Oh.
I liked it, I guess.
Okay. Do it, Ray. All right, I'll watch Breaking Bad. Calm down. I'll watch it. Oh, I do also want to point out something also about Don Lee's character in these movies. So initially in like the movie like The Outlaws, Don Lee's character is a police officer, and he's like our hero supposedly, but he's also like got this like very like morally ambiguous side because like
he's a bad boy cop who doesn't play by no rules.
Exactly, he doesn't play by the rules, and he's still like that in the other movies. But then it's interesting to see how as these movies go on, they actually start portraying it like they start portraying him more altruistic. So he's like one of the whole points about the
He's the good guy. He's the rough cop that plays by some of the rules.
Exactly, but some of the rules.
And now he's just a regular cop.
Now he's just a regular cop. But like the last movie, the Roundup was like one of the big reasons why the conflict even happens in the first place is because Don Lee's character is like actually trying to be like a good cop. It's like he's not gonna play by most of the rules, but like he still wants to he still wants to bring in the bad guy because that's
He plays by 90% of the rules.
Exactly. So like
Still that 10%.
exactly, and like it's kind of like that also in this movie, The No Way Out, like how like he's going after the corrupt police officers because you give police officers a bad name. But like I'm not exactly a good.
Any Punisher skulls?
No, unfortunately.
Good.
Why are they doing Punisher skulls?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because they think that like cops with Punisher, cops with Punisher skulls go out and just beat up people. Something like that. I don't know. It's more a military thing, if anything.
Really? Oh.
A lot of military would wear like the Punisher skull.
Oh.
And I know it's actually got caught on in like Middle Eastern countries.
Really?
They just think it's cool. Like, so some of them wear it.
I'm just now imagining you're running to like, what's that one terrorist organization?
Have you ever seen that meme with the Navy SEAL with like the Asian guy that's a like Navy SEAL sniper, then doctor, then astronaut? Have you ever seen that?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Okay. I gotta show you it. But he's wearing one of those. He actually has the Punisher skull on.
He has the Punisher skull on. Okay. Like what's a? I'm trying to think. What's that one terrorist organization like every time like some like big attack happens, like they always take credit for it. They
Al Qaeda, ISIS,
there we go.
Taliban.
Yeah, that's the group I'm thinking of. Cause I just imagine like you're like in the Middle East, you run into like some guy in ISIS and he just has like the Punisher skull. It's like, do you even know what that skull means? No, I just think it's cool. So
That's probably literally the conversation.
I'm just speaking like terrorist. No, I'm just now remembering that one Count Dankula video about that what's his name, like that one guy who was like in captivity by like the terrorists for like a good while, and he just I
know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Lord Miles.
Lord Miles, thank you. Yeah, with the Taliban, like how like he was just imprisoned by the Taliban, but the thing was like he was with the Taliban for so long, like he like actually
I found it.
You found it? Okay. Like he like actually
Yeah, but he's actually best buds.
Like,
An honorary member of the Taliban.
My favorite part of the story is how like Miles was like telling Dankula's like Johnny Kim, age 37, changed his career 3 times and has achieved becoming a Navy SEAL, trained Harvard doctor, and NASA astronaut. Alright.
Also
Oh
a
my
Punisher fan.
gosh, you're an hour away from home, Nick? I don't know if I can. Oh my gosh.
We might have to do a little mini stream sometime.
I guess so. Like, oh my goodness, an hour. Goodness gracious. I gotta tell him like
3 cents.
3 cents. Oh, I gotta tell
2
him,
cents addendum.
I gotta tell him like we're almost on like I don't know what else I can say about like this movie. Like it's like I feel like I've said a lot about just like this film series in general. Like, I don't know how long I can like keep this up. Like
You were talking about like Lord Miles.
Oh, that's true. I just like how like how just like he got like he just generally became like befriended like a bunch of Taliban guys.
Yeah, I saw like I saw that. I saw the interview.
Yes. I think my favorite part was like how like he was saying like a bunch of like Taliban guys like, hey, like Lord, like Miles, are you coming back to fight the good fight, brother? It's like he just had to tell him like, you know, oh, don't worry, I'll be back by like next year. Okay, we'll see you next year. And it's just like, no, I'm never coming back. No, actually, he was telling Cal like he said like he actually might genuinely go back just because like he actually like befriended like some of the Taliban.
They watched the Barbie together.
They watched
the Titanic.
Yeah. It's like, Miles, you can't be serious, brother. It's like, no, they're cool, man. It's funny. It's like, what did Nick say? Take as much time as I need. I shouldn't be too long.
They did not like Barbie. They did like they did like the Titanic.
They did like Titanic.
I remember they're like tearing up or something.
Yeah. I forget what. Why did they not like Barbie again?
They didn't like Barbie.
Yeah, but like.
Remember?
Yeah, but why? I'm trying to remember.
To be fair,
it's
very girly.
Oh, true. Oh yeah, like it's
not.
Oh yeah, like the Middle East is like still like a very like patriarchal society, right? Like
Not to mention, it's like Islamic extremists.
True.
Are running things.
True. Yeah.
So, I mean, Islam isn't great for women in general, but this is like, holy shit, man! What? Calm fucking down.
Yeah. I hear some sections like Islam, like, well, not sects, like some like churches of Islam, they'll like allow like more like rights for women now, but like, I feel like that's only like in like Western countries.
Probably like this is probably like a fucking Canada or some shit.
Yeah, like some like Western countries, like they would probably do like that.
Yeah. Did you know that what would they would do back in the day in India before the British did it?
No, what'd they do?
So you're a woman and your husband just died.
Okay.
Now you have one of two options. Live with your family.
All right.
With your kids, or burn yourself.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was a popular thing for a long time.
Holy shit! Whoa. What kind of choice? Did anyone actually choose the burning part?
I don't know if it was actually a choice a lot of the time, but it
Oh,
was
shit.
of something available. Like
Oh.
it was a choice I think probably a lot of the time it was just a choice to do it.
Huh.
But because of Hinduism and some such like that, they would probably choose it.
Oh.
Not to mention the culture in there is a lot so alien. It's so alien to ours that maybe they probably would choose it.
Ah, true.
In China, what would be? I think India is the worst of it, but
Really?
oh yeah, in India also they would just, if you're a woman, a lot of the time they would just shut you inside forever.
Oh.
That's it. Like literally, you live in the kitchen.
Wow. Damn.
India was not great for women. And then China. I remember this because I remember reading about it, like a novel written by one of these chicks who would live around older folks who had this happen to them, but they would break your feet.
Oh yeah.
To make it smaller.
Yeah, I remember.
And more delicate.
Yeah,
quote unquote.
I remember learning about that, the whole like Chinese foot binding shit. I remember that. I had to like, I learned that like back in like I think it was like high school. It wasn't even a history class though. It was like I think it was like English, cause like we were like because like
same for me.
Yeah, cause like we were like reading like something about like some like Chinese like book, and like it was all about like foot binding. It's like that's how I learned about it. It's like yeah, I remember learning that. That shit.
Was it? It was a Chinese. It was a self-biography, kind of like storied biography of this chick's childhood. I remember it was pretty depressing.
I would bet it's depressing. Like, imagine just saying.
I mean, she didn't. She wasn't. The chick herself, the protagonist, did not have feet binding happen to her, but the grandmother did.
Ah. Yeah, that shit sucks though. Like, I'm just reminded how like the original like tale of like was it like Cinderella? Was like Cinderella's the one with the glass slipper, right? Or am I? Yeah, I'm just remembering how like the original story like Cinderella, like the stepmom and sisters would like just mutilate their feet to like fit the shoe. What kind of story is that to tell children? Like, plus like I'm just like what are we like going on like the prince's mind? Like, oh my gosh, like it's like, see my foot, my like why are you still making them try? Like, see our feet is still fit. You just got blood all over or this glass slipper. Get out of here. It's like why would you even still try like shoving your foot in it? I don't know. Original like original versions like fables.
Children back in the day were just fucking tough.
I guess.
Even look at Roland Dahl. Like, you know, you look at the little Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and yeah, there's like those few like lines. You're like, what the fuck, man?
Whoa.
It's our society. I feel like our society this day is just a bit too helicopter parent. Even with things that would seem a bit more helicopter, like normal, like why would we have children? Like this stuff. Like previous times, it'd be perfectly acceptable. Like children back then were like, they weren't like innocence wasn't fetishized. back then as it was today.
Interesting. Okay.
Every single nursery rhyme.
Oh yeah, that's true. Every single.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. Pocket full of posy, ashes, ashes. We all fall down. We all fall down.
Yeah.
Plague.
What the fuck was? I guess children really were just built differently back then. Like we're gonna have a lovely little tune about people dying from a plague. Let's go. That's we're gonna be all happy and cheerful about it.
Well, I can't remember the first lyric of it. Pocket full of posy, ashes. What was it?
Ring around the rosy.
Ring around the rosy, a pocket. Ring around the rosy.
Is like
around the like funeral arrangements.
Oh yeah, hold on, like there should be like what's it like?
Ashes.
We all.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Baba Black Sheep. Baba Black Sheep is about taxation.
Really?
It was originally back in like medieval days. Like,
Let me see.
Let
me see this.
The black sheep was harder to dye the wool, so it was harder to sell off, or something like that. I'm misremembering it. It's been a while since I've heard the explanation, but it was about having a hard time selling your stuff, and I think taxes were there somewhere, but
let me see. Baba Black Sheep. Have you any wool? Yes sir, yes sir. 3 bags full. 1 for the master, and 1 for the dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you say dame?
Yeah, dame.
Dame. Okay, I thought you said D-A-N-E. Okay, but I listened to a podcast episode about that like last year.
Oh.
I like how we actually, once you pay attention, those nursery rhymes are like, oh, this is about death.
Oh.
It's like, like once you pay like any amount of attention to it, you're like,
yeah, it's like,
oh, that's fucked up.
It's like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I guess kids were just built differently back then.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Black Sheep, there was like something about black wool being taxed more, either taxed more or not taxed enough.
Huh.
Or something like that. That got people really riled, so they made it like a nursery rhyme out of it. It was from England, and England's biggest export was wool.